Stream live on Twitch at Lord Brandon 10.
All right, YouTube, we are back with another video here today, and today we're going to be previewing the new unit coming in Season 3 in just a couple of days, Kabr's Resolute, the new mythic character here in Destiny Rising. So I do want to give a huge shout out to NetEase here for giving me a stacked account here, somewhat of a stacked account here, to go ahead and preview this new unit here for you guys, along with some of the new weapons that will have videos coming out on in the next several days for this unit here. But with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into it. We're going to go ahead and dive into his relic abilities. So his super, which is Time's Defender, creates a expanded barrier that follows Kabr as he moves and enters his super state. While in this state, he can charge and fire high energy beams of light, dealing arc damage and inflicting blind. So as you guys can see, this is kind of what it's doing here whenever the video decides to load. So he slams down, he's firing like these little arc beams, he's able to move up, and it literally tanks everything. So we'll do some tests on that here in a second. His first signature ability, which is Radiant Thunder, fires a blinding beam of arc light, dealing damage and inflicting combatants within range of his endpoint with blind. Excuse me, let me read that again. Fires a blinding beam of arc light, dealing damage and inflicting combatants within range of its endpoint with blind. Excuse me. And as another demonstration, here you go. Fires kind of like a beam. So this is similar to his first Q ability on the legendary version. But and this time it's just like a beam. Looks like it's a little bit more stronger. Looks like it kind of spreads to everyone else. But we'll do some testing on that here in a second. His second signature ability, which is your V ability, creates a rectangular luminous barrier in front of Kabr to block incoming fire. Once again, here is the preview for that. So once again, this is similar to his other ability on the legendary version. Looks like you can make more than one on his mythic version, which is pretty cool. And of course you can shoot through it. Nothing can get through it though, in terms of the enemies when they shoot through. Real quick, I wanted to show off his light leak companion real quick, and it states here increases barrier durability by 12.5%. So this is more than likely going to be limited to just a few of the units in the game that's going to be able to take advantage of this. So please keep that in mind. We'll do further testing on that when the full build drops here in a couple days. All right, so we're going to go and hop into his tutorial mission here, or for his training grounds. Let's see what this guy's cooking up. So it says cast signature ability Luminous Barrier to summon a barrier that blocks incoming projectiles and knocks combatants in front of it back. All right. Oh wow, that's pretty cool. So let's test it out here. So Z ability. And as you can see, it actually pushes them back. I don't think the regular legendary character actually does that, which is pretty cool. And yes, we do have Finger of Iriu, which we'll have a video detailing on how that works and its god rolls here in a little bit. But yeah, this thing's pretty cool. Yeah, barrier is actually really solid. I like it. And then his Q ability. Insane, guys. Does like a whole beam attack. You can also slam down. So remember, like the regular legendary version, you're able to be in the air, slam down. Still the case with this guy here. All right. Now it says cast Radiant Thunder to deal arc damage to combatants and accumulate blind duration. So we're going to go ahead and cast our Q ability, which is Radiant Thunder, to go ahead and build that up. All right, so I had to come to Viridia because the test mission for his training grounds was kind of broken. So to kind of demonstrate his abilities, I'm given 3 barriers. So if I do barrier 1, I can do barrier 2, and then you can essentially shoot through them. Shooting through them is going to give you chain lightning on your combatants. Now, notice my Q ability, Radiant Thunder. If I shoot through it, it hits them, targets them, does blind. But now if I stand behind the barrier and shoot my Q ability, it does enhance Radiant Thunder, dealing even more damage, causing that chain arc to spread around a lot more, which is insane. So once again, you place your barricade. And what's really cool is you can go up to the ads like this, super. It will also knock them back, and then you can fire through, do the enhanced Radiant Thunder, which is insane. Now, what's really cool about the Radiant Thunder is it kind of works a little how Maru's B ability works. It's dependent on how much you use. So right now I'm at half and I can still use it. So if I choose, I can place a barricade here, take advantage of the enhanced Radiant Thunder, and boom, I can easily melt those guys away. Now for my ult, I don't know if it's meant to be like this, but the combatants can shoot you, and you do take damage. I don't know why it's not working there, but in this build I was taking damage. You hold it, and you're able to fire a really nice chunk of arc damage at your combatants. Does a lot of damage. It's really insane. But that's pretty much it for his abilities. Let's go back up to the tower, and we'll kind of dive into his build a little bit more. All right, real quick, I wanted to show you guys the super again. I realized I messed up the super. So you pop it like this. You are able to take damage apparently. So you're able to move with it to kind of get a better position on whatever targets you want to like fire your beam on. And then you get 3 beams that are really, really strong. So yeah, just wanted to showcase that off one more time for you guys. All right, so that was his build. Pretty cool. Once again, the combat loop that you're really going to want to kind of follow here with his kit here is, I'm assuming on the artifacts, you're probably going to run Signature, because Signature is going to go ahead and then proc your Radiant Thunder. So your combat loop, like I showed you guys earlier, you're going to start off with placing the barrier, one of the 3 barriers that you're given. Go straight into barrier, go ahead and pop Radiant Thunder, because Signature is going to buff that ability damage. I'd even take ability strength as well on your artifact, maybe arc as well. And right here, you're going to do a lot of cooking with this combo here. Radiant Thunder, at least from what I'm able to test, there's no players in the test build, so it's hard for me to get into like a Calamity and test things. But from what I tested in Viridia, and from some of the other like stuff I was doing around in the game, it seems to be a pretty good combo. But like I said, I'm not sure if it's really good for end game. I literally have no way of getting in there by myself to show it for you guys. But yeah, that's the combo there. The super, it's okay. It takes a little while to charge the beam attack, and in that time, you're also taking damage from the attacks. And so I don't know if the super is worth it or not. We'll have to do some testing on it when it gets fully released into the game. It's not really a lot for me to test here in the test build to really see how beneficial that's going to be. It does say that it creates an expanded barrier that follows Kabr as he moves and enters his super state. While in this state, he can charge and fire high energy beams of light, dealing arc damage and inflicting blind. I was under the interpretation that since it was a barrier, that it would block all of the damage. I don't know if that was a bug here in this test build or not, but nonetheless, I guess it's pretty cool for what it is with the arc damage that it's doing, that it's able to shoot out. But with that said, let's go and look at his relic trait number 1. Placing a luminous barrier restores 44% durability to each luminous barrier on the field. So if you guys didn't see it earlier, I'll throw like a little thing up on the screen, sort of like how Hellhest has her drones, and how they're able to take damage and whatnot. Same thing with the barriers. Barriers also have they also have durability, or I meant to say Estella, excuse me. Estella, like her summons, those have durability, and so the barriers do as well. So that's pretty cool to have on your relic trait. Relic trait number 2, spread light. When the duration of blind inflicted on a single target by Radiant Thunder reaches 2, it deals an additional 1,110 arc damage. Really, really cool. And then going into relic trait number 3 with, oh my god, I cannot read today. While within 6 meters of a luminous barrier, Kabr gains additional precision target acquisition, and his precision hits deal 10% damage. That is insane. So once again, you're going to want to prioritize your luminous barriers for the simple fact not only are you getting the chain lightning from that, you're also getting the increased damage as well, which is really, really cool. Now, his weapon mastery states at level 1, when scout or linear fusion rifle shots pierce through the luminous barrier and hit combatants, they also deal an instance of arc damage, like I just said, equal to 30% or 10% of the weapon's damage. This effect can trigger up to once every 1 second. Now for level 3, that damage is increased up to 60-22, and then the level 4 states that newly summoned luminous barriers gain 1 stack of drifting energy. When scout rifle and or linear fusion rifle shots pass through it, they consume drifting energy to trigger an instance of chain lightning, which chains up to 4 combatants. Each combatant hit takes arc damage equal to 120 and or 70% times the instance of added damage and are inflicted with blind for 1 second. Drifting energies procs are not affected by permeating light's cooldown restriction. And with that, we have level 5, which is increases that arc damage up to 80-30, which is not bad. So Kabr's Resolute is looking to be a stack build. Like I said, I can't really test this super. I wish I had other people here I could test it with to see how it holds up in endgame, because from what I tested in Viridia, just a regular Minotaur, like one of those yellow bar Minotaurs, just it was only doing a bar of health, and I'm a little concerned because you take people like Jaren Morden, he obviously can nuke that guy, so I don't know. We'll have to do some playing around with it. But yeah, that is Kabr's Kabr the Resolute, guys. That is the new unit here in Destiny Rising. We'll have a look here. They did give me some of the new artifacts, I believe. And it states here, inflicting combatants with debuffs heals the wielder's summons by 2% total health per second for 8 seconds. This is one of the new artifacts that they gave us. The second artifact right here, while the wielder's out of combat health recovery is uninterrupted, they accumulate 1 stack of damage resistance every 2 seconds, stacks 6 times. Each stack of damage resistance reduces the next instance of damage taken by 44.8%, and each hit taken consumes 1 stack. And then the third artifact here, upon inflicting debuffs via abilities, the wielder deals 20% damage for 1 second repeatedly. Inflicting debuffs extends the duration for a max duration of 16 seconds. Guys, that's actually insane. That's actually really insane. I've got to do some testing on that, but that sounds like it could be really, really good. And then last but not least, one of the newest artifacts here, the wielder deals 20% damage while a barrier they casted is present. Holy guacamole, that is insane. Like literally, that is a free damage bonus. So yeah, that is the new plasma set that they introduced to the game. Now I want to show you guys his talent tree, and let's go ahead and get into that. At T1, it states chain lightning triggered by permeating light also inflicts combatants with light engraved, causing them to take 15% damage from Kabr for 6 seconds. Repeatedly applying this effect extends its duration up to 12 seconds. And T2 for Kabr the Resolute states, whenever spread light is triggered, it replenishes 15% energy for Radiant Thunder. This effect can trigger once every 0.4 seconds. T3 states luminous barriers charge time is reduced to 18 seconds. Radiant Thunder states, or excuse me, T4 states Radiant Thunder deals 30% increased damage. T5 states times defenders charge time is reduced to 60 seconds. And last but not least, T6, the number of drifting energy stacks that newly summoned luminous barriers gain is increased to 2, and up to 1 stack can be triggered every 0.5 seconds. And that is the talent trees, guys. That is the Kabr's the Resolute preview here ahead of the new season 3 that is getting ready to come up here in just a couple days. Once again, guys, if you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, because if you guys like, comment, and subscribe and we get a lot of love on this video, I'm gonna give you guys a new symmetry video. I'm gonna give you guys a Fang of Ur-Ute video. I'm gonna give you guys the Arbalist video. I'm gonna give all of this to you guys before season 3 drops. But if I don't get no love on this video, I mean, I guess I don't have to give no love back to you guys. So it's the least you guys can do for me. I'll see you guys in the next preview video for some of these weapons. And yeah, peace out, Girl Scouts.